love, you're listening to the Died on Ashanta podcast. I'm a resilience strategist and migrant integration specialist who has spent the last 20 years traveling, working, and studying throughout the Caribbean, North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. As a globetrotter, I quickly learned how to bounce back from crisis and how to thrive in new and strange places. I've used my training and experience to develop a resilience-based framework, and now I help others to get over the hurdles that come with living in a foreign country. Now on this podcast, I invite you to join me on this journey of living with simplicity, joy, and resiliency. From green smoothies to goal setting, we'll cover it all. We'll talk about all the things that help us to thrive through the storm. Welcome to the Died on Ashanta podcast. This is episode 23, and today we're talking about tour guides. No, I'm not talking about the person who shows you the local sites and hotspot destinations, but we're talking about spiritual resilience and how it is you can get people to take you on the journey that you are on with special insights, wisdom, and direction that allows you to thrive, even though there are inevitable hurdles and probably traps and delays and detours that await you. But these are the kinds of guides that we're talking about. Now, to kind of show you the connection as to why exactly am I talking about spirituality or tours or guides, think of the first time you get to a new city and you probably don't even have a map. You have no idea how to get around. Chances are you're going to get lost because you don't know where anything is, what direction to go, what's the quickest way to get there, transportation options, schedules. You don't know any of that. However, if maybe you have a map or you have been in the location a couple times before, then you may not feel so bewildered and overwhelmed with just that feeling of ignorance, like where do I go? But because you don't have a lot of experience or someone showing you around, it's a bit of a hassle. So you may take the longer route to get somewhere. You may not know the correct time to show up for the bus, or you may choose the more expensive options available, and it becomes a hassle. But when it is you go to a destination or you go to an area where there is someone designated to show you around, whether it is a loved one who is hosting you in the location or someone who has been paid by an organization to show you around and ensure that all goes well with you, everything is different when you have a guide. Now, when you try to connect this with your experience, whether it be pursuing a new career or exploring a new academic program or just simply trying to settle in a new location, it can be something that really wears you down and drains you spiritually when you always feel lost, when everything is a hassle and there's no one you can look to get some insights into how things work, to share any wisdom with you, to say this is how to get the best out of this situation, or to even give you basic directives to say, if you want to accomplish A, you need to get it done by step 1, 2, and 3. And that's why we need these spiritual tour guides. These are people who they see us for who we really are. They're able to look into your soul, see your passions, see your gifts, see your purpose. Sometimes you aren't even able to see the visions and the aspirations that they are able to see in you, and they say, I think you have the potential to do this, and they see big things for you, things you can't even see for yourself. And then they kind of take onto themselves this commitment that they are going to be the person to guide you through to your next level, because they can see that next level that is buried deep down inside you, and they just feel like they are the ones sent to help pull that out of you, to help you make the right connections, to find the right tools that you need, help you develop the right skills. Sometimes just by sharing their stories or other stories that they have come across, telling you what options are out there for you, showing you the possibilities, and making your eyes start opening up to seeing what really lies within you and what is possible for you. And so these are the type of people who we need to show us from point A to point B. Now, you're probably wondering, how am I going to find this kind of spiritual tour guide? Well, the reality is that a tour guide needs to be sought out. And you may be wondering, why tour guide? Another way you could describe these spiritual tour guides are advisors or mentors. These are people you personally have to take it on yourself to say, I'm going to seek out someone who is able to show me the way to go, to share these insights, bites of wisdom, and give me direction. But even though you're going to seek them out, they are the ones that are going to adapt you. You won't need to chase them once you've identified them, because they'll be able to see who you are and know that they have been assigned to you to help you through this period in your life. Your tour guides, your mentors, your advisors, they're not necessarily there to spend the rest of your life with you. Usually they're there for a particular chapter in your life to show you how to get from where you are to your next level. And then when you get to the next level, a new tour guide comes along. And so what I would highly recommend is that you first survey the land. Look around and find out who is the conqueror here in this particular situation. Whatever project it is that you're working on, whatever goals you have, find out who are the persons who have been down this path already. They have overcome the hurdles that you see waiting for you down the road, and try to make connections with them. Let them know who you are, what you want to accomplish, what you see in them, and that you would like to learn from, and then they will take you under their wings. Now, you may probably begin to wonder, so, is this all about secondhand experience that I'm going to learn from? That's absolutely it. Because life is set in such a way that if you are going to figure out everything on your own, you are not going to get anywhere fast. And so we need people who can pull up alongside us and be our tour guides through this path in life. And they are able to equip us to go further, go faster, to clear hurdles that we don't even know are waiting on us, and to tell us how to avoid the traps that are inevitable. Sometimes these are traps they have themselves been caught by, and they can warn you and tell you up front that this is something to expect. And so one of the things that you definitely need if you want to be able to be spiritually resilient is to get mentors, advisors, guides who can hold your hand and take you through the process, because you cannot do it by yourself. There's a Yoruba proverb that says, if we stand tall, it is because we stand on the backs of those who came before us. And I'm sure you've heard variations of that proverb, but it is so potent and poignant for this kind of message, where you understand that you need to go out and find out whose shoulders do you need to stand on in order to thrive, in order to overcome, in order to avoid some unnecessary pain and hurdles. And one of the books that I have been able to get, I'd say, inspiration, encouragement, and guidance from in the whole aspect of identifying who these guides, these mentors, these advisors should be and could be in your life is Relational Intelligence by Dr. Darius Daniels. The full title is Relational Intelligence, the people skills you need for the life of purpose you want. And in this book, Dr. Daniels talks about different kinds of relationships that you have in your life, how to identify them being different, and appreciating each person for what they bring to your life. And in chapter 4, he focuses on those mentors and advisors or tour guides that we have that take us on a journey that is spiritually enriching, not because of any religious reasons, but because who we are and the contributions we make to the world, the legacy we leave behind us is really tied into who we are as spiritual beings. So I'd want to encourage you to explore this, see how it is that you can align yourself with people who have walked this path before and can show you the shortcuts, can show you how to clear these hurdles and make your life simpler, more joy-filled, and increase your spiritual resilience. Thanks so much for listening, love. If you enjoyed this episode, head over to didanashanta.com. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's message. Be sure to drop your email address so I can send you some helpful resources, updates, and the occasional music video that I may have on repeat. Make sure you subscribe and spread the love with someone you care about.